Hey guys, welcome to Ally Edge. So, I got a car scan inspector the other day, and got to use it for a little bit. Man, this thing's sweet. Heidi's trying to print out the book for it. There's an online book that you can print out, but it's like 130 pages. She about had a heart attack when she found out that that's how many pages it was. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna email the app or whatever the hell it is. We're gonna email that to the people that do the printing, and then we'll just run up to the falls and have them print out the 130 pages or whatever. That way, it costs a lot less. I have another hammer that I'm gonna restore. I'll do that soon. The new handle's right here, and dug out some old tools for some restorations that'll be coming up soon. This one's gonna be a fun one. It's solid bronze or brass. Can't really tell right now. I think it's brass. But this was my grandpa's, and then it went to my uncle's. And I got this when I was like 11 or 12 when I got my first tool set. And I still have all my tools from when I was that age, which is pretty cool. So that's my grandpa's, and like I said, I'm gonna do a restoration on that. It'd be really cool to polish that thing all out. Dug out some other hammers, some of the ones that I built, some of the ones that I've made and customized and whatever, and restored. And I'm gonna try to do another hammer rack because I'm kind of running out of room to put my hammers. Have a couple of them that I need to put together. There's like 5 drawers full of hammers. But anyways, I have some stuff that is gonna get sent out to people. I have another one of these that's gonna get sent out. So there's gonna be 3 of them in a box. That's gonna go to a guy that asked me on YouTube. He wanted those, so he's gonna pay for the shipping, and I'm gonna send these guys out. So far I have 3 of them. I have a couple more, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna send those ones out. This sticker here is going to Resto Rob, and then I have another one that's going to 357 Magdad, so that'll be pretty cool. And found some cool stuff in the antique stuff a while back. So I have a buddy of ours, I'm not gonna say no names, he's doing some cool shelves and stuff, and I think what I'm gonna do is, because my knickknacks and stuff that people give me, it's pretty cool to have that kind of stuff. It makes it fun when you're in the shop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably mount one of those shelves right here, and then I'll put a bunch of that stuff on top of it to show it off. Because I got some really cool old antiques and stuff, that's just stuff that people like. And it's hard to find stuff, like this Buick hood ornament and tail light, and this old Faro deal here. Little anvils and whatever, and I'll get that crap out of the top of the toolbox. That way it's out of my way. And these old jacks, and these are actually not even antique. We just found them. We thought they'd be cool for like in our showroom or something like that. So, but these are like a Hobby Lobby or something. I don't know. But what I'm working on right now is my buddy Mike. It's pretty cool. He gave me these, and I got some cool ideas for these. So found this old anvil. I was digging through my junk. Found that, so that'll be a restoration video soon. And I went and grabbed some of the junk out of my other shop, and old cigarette lighter and stuff for like an old hot rod or rat rod or something. So that's stuff that we're gonna be putting in our showroom and whatever. This old I think it's a fire extinguisher. It's pretty cool though. And then Paco, I got him a box of old spark plugs, which are really cool. Got you a whole bunch of these, bro. Thought this was pretty neat too. Automobiles cleaners, Simonize. I guess it's like wax or whatever. Furniture wax and car wax. It's empty, but I just thought that deal was cool. Mike gave me that also, and the old oil can and stuff. He had an old wrench, he gave me that. Pretty cool stuff. But some of the stuff that we're gonna powder coat is really neat looking. Like this old wrench. It was all cleaned up, and then a friend of ours sandblasted it and powder coated it with like this satin chrome look stuff. It looks pretty neat. But anyways, back to this. So I'm taking these nuts off my old milling machine. I use this thing all the time, but I can't really tell where it broke. I was using this the other day, and I tightened it up, and it snapped. It like shattered or something. And now I can't remember where the hell it broke. So I gotta get it off here, and then I'm gonna be mounting a vise to my welding table, and I need a machinist vise like this on my welding table also. I'm always trying to clamp stuff down or whatever, and I'm just frustrated with it. And when I'm trying to do stuff, like the other day I was working, messing around with this little EGR valve, and man, just the table was shaking around and stuff, so I said I'm gonna just mount my vise back on the table, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this little EGR valve, I was dinking around with this thing, and I need to get these studs and stuff out of there because the new one doesn't come with them. But you know, trying to do something when you're working on a vise that's shaking around all over the table, it just drives you nuts. And this table's like flopping around. It's bolted to the wall, but I mean, you can see it's just shaky as, it's just shaky as hell, you know? That was one of the things right there, that old hood ornament or trunk deal. Found that in that pile of junk, so that's pretty cool. Old hubcap, threw it on the wall. But I'm gonna pull this anvil, or not anvil, this vise off the workbench. I think this one's actually Aaron's, I'm not sure. This was one of them that we had at our other shop, and then it ended up on our welding table that rolls around, and then I bolted it on here one day, and it's been here ever since, so I think I need to put mine on here and give this one back to him, but I don't know, I'll have to check. It's an old Craftsman, it's got a cool patina and stuff on it, really neat old vise, it works great. But what I'm gonna do is, the holes are already drilled. I think this was on this table at one time too. And then you can see I took an old pair of drag bars, Harley Davidson drag bars, and they had like risers right here, and they sucked. So I cut them off the bike. It was something that was going in the scrap metal pile. They got wrecked or bent or whatever. And then, you know, this is like a strengthener so that this table doesn't flex around. It was flexing at one time, and that was what I had. It was, you know, I was trying to do something, and this kept moving around. So what I'll do is, you know, this is all welded in there now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it right back on the same spot. So that way when I'm right here working, you know, like the toolboxes are right there. So you always need to turn and use your vise, and it's nice to have, you know, something that's right here by the welding table. And one of the things I cannot stand is when you're trying to do something on a vise and the whole table's shaking around, and this table doesn't budge. I mean, it doesn't even move. So I'll take that vise and get it set up. And the other thing I was gonna show you guys is this is my old, my dad gave me this. This is an old Harbor Freight cart, I guess service cart, mechanics cart, whatever you wanna call it. And he had like his paint gun and stuff hanging here, and then he had a little rack on it, and he had his dual orbital sanders and his body shop stuff on it. And then for years this was in his shop with tools and stuff like that. And a while back he gave me this, and it's been in the shop, you know, for a while. So it's just cool to have something from your dad. And then this cart here, this is the same anvil that I have that I'm gonna mount to the welding table eventually. I have another one of these Wilton vices, and they're just badass. I mean, they're strong as hell. They open really wide. I mean, they open way out here, you know, so you can get like something that's like almost a foot or 10 inches in there, you know, so it makes it super nice, and they're really, really strong. But this is on my fabrication table, so I don't like to get grease and stuff like that on here, because this is where, you know, I mostly do like metal fabrication or whatever, and then, you know, I don't want grease on my beater bag. And then the beater bag that Tim sent me, thank you, Tim. Toolman Tim sent me that was really cool. But you know, there's some hammers and stuff, like my buddy Dave gave me this, Leper, thank you, awesome hammer. But this table, it's on wheels, but it's so heavy it doesn't move around or nothing like that. It makes it really nice. And who the hell's over here now? Anyways, there's always somebody beating on the door, bugging me. Long story short, I'm tired of the tables moving around when I'm trying to do something. And this is a mechanics cart, and it tucks underneath the table here. And then, so it's nice, your tools are right there, you know, if you need to grab them and work on the vise, or you could just turn around and grab some stuff out of the toolbox. So I decided I'm gonna go ahead and put this Craftsman vise back on here for now, because I have some small jobs that I want to do, and I want this back on the table. So I'll get that done today. Long story short, because this video is dragging on too long, I'll go ahead and get that done.
What you doing?
So this machinist vise that's on this old what you call it?
Milling
machine. I broke it the other day, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell. Yeah, it's junk. See, this popped off right here a while back, And then when I was tightening it up, see where it broke? See the
Oh,
crack right there?
it's hard to see. There we go. I gotta get the right angle.
And then there's a crack right there all the way across. So it broke the whole thing in half.
Yikes.
It's cast, so it happens. But I gotta order a new one of these. But while I'm messing around, I'll get that vise off that and then get it mounted. So we need 9/16.
So why are you switching this vise?
Because we need something that's not doing this.
That might be a good idea.
It drives you crazy when you're trying to do stuff,
Yeah. And that's the table, right?
Yeah, it's mounted to the wall, but it's just, the legs are all bent, and, I mean, it's kind of worn out. But I like this because it's nice to keep the small drill press and the sander and stuff on here.
It's vintage.
And I just got that little, what do you call it? That little bandsaw we just got would be badass right here. So I might move this over here and put the bandsaw there, but whatever.
We'll talk about that and figure out where we're gonna put it.
I think this is the one I had mounted here before. Yeah, that'll work out great.
Okay.
Don't let that thing fall on your feet. So.
Oh, yeah. So how many times a day are you gonna hit that?
About 1,000.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. The next video will be like, why you don't put your vise on the corner of your table that you walk around 1,000 times.
Yep. I don't like vices on my welding table just because of that reason, because you always elbow them, put your elbow right on the side of them when you're doing something. But when you're trying to take something apart, and you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass when you're trying to take something apart and the table's moving all over the place. Or the other problem is every time I'm grinding, I don't have anywhere to, you know, I try to do it right here, but I need to get around that toolbox and stuff, you know, around the vise when I'm grinding, and a lot of times it's, I gotta take it off, go put it on that other vise, and it's just to the point where I'm like, no, I'm done, I'm gonna put this guy here and call it good. And then, you know, eventually I'll build an actual vise stand. I started building one, but we got so busy, it was like, no time to do it, you know? This is all Nash Rathbone's fault too, because I watched him put his vise on his table, and I'm like, you know, I've been wanting to do that for a while, so I went ahead and did it.
Now you're copying people?
No, I don't copy people.
Hey, where's that little square table that I love so much and I won't let you cut up?
The one over here? My
No,
fab table?
the stupid heavy one.
That's out back.
I love that one.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd
that'd be nice for
That'd be perfect.
just to have one to roll around when you're working on stuff, and not doing metal fabrication where you could do, you know, get stuff greasy, and, you know, then, you know, that's a table that I could put like like when you're greasing bearings and you're trying to hold stuff, you know, and it'd be nice to have something, a little table where you could put your tools that you have that when you're working on this vise on that table. But anyways, I gotta order one of these. And like I said, go check out Nash Rathbone's channel. I was watching his channel and I was like, I gotta get this vise on my table. And when I saw his, you know, I was watching his channel and I saw that video that he was doing. I said, that's it, because the other night when I was wrestling with this stupid thing, I was getting so frustrated. The table about flipped over on me when I was trying to pull these out of here.
No kidding. I remember one of the things you moved that for and why you have a vise on a lower table is
Because
when you're hammering.
Yeah, when you're hammering, you always want your elbow to be exactly where the top of the vise is, like this.
Yeah,
see how high this
so
one
that's
is?
way high.
You're like way up here like this.
Right.
But when you're grinding, it's nice because you can grind right here. And then when you're doing bearings and stuff, so you don't have to wear your glasses, you know, of course I'll wear safety glasses, but I'm talking about my cheaters.
Your cheaters, yeah.
You don't have to wear your glasses when you're doing bearing work and stuff like that, or, you know, minute work in a vise like this. So it helps out a lot. But anyways, appreciate you guys watching. You got anything to say?
I do. What I have to say is now y'all have excuses to have like 4 or 5 vices. One on your table, one on
Hey,
a
it just gives me more,
on a place to hammer.
gives me more stuff to buy, so. But anyways, thanks for watching. Later.